Home insurance is an everyday essential that provides financial protection for your property and the things you own in case the worst happens. Whether you live in a studio flat or a 10-bedroom mansion, the right home insurance policy can protect you against flood and fires, theft and accidental damage. But many people fall into the trap of not knowing exactly what their home insurance covers, or automatically renewing their home insurance policies and seeing their policy premiums steadily climb. Between 2013 and 2018, the number of households who have taken out home insurance has declined from around 20 million to 19 million, which is leaving individuals at severe financial risk. And the Financial Conduct Authority recently reported that around 6 million Britons are overpaying for their insurance, costing households an extra £1.2 billion a year. This video will explain what you need to know about home insurance, from how to get a better and cheaper deal to ensuring your contents are sufficiently covered. First up, building versus contents insurance. What's the difference? Contents and buildings insurance can be bought separately or together, and just as it says on the tin, the policies protect your possessions and home respectively. Buildings insurance looks after the structure of your home and can also cover other buildings or structures that sit on the land. Contents insurance, meanwhile, covers what you put in your home, from furniture to crockery. It can also extend to the important things you take out of your home, from jewelry to your smartphone and bicycle. Do you need buildings insurance? Well, if you own your property with a mortgage, then your lender will likely require you to have buildings insurance for your home. But even if you have paid off your mortgage, you should consider buildings insurance as an essential bill to keep you protected, as not having cover could prove an expensive gamble. If you own your house freehold, buildings insurance is your responsibility. But if you own a leasehold flat, you may pay the freeholder to organise it. Similarly, if you are renting, buildings insurance is the landlord's responsibility and you should not be expected to pay it. How much does building insurance cost? The cost of your buildings insurance will depend on the style of your building, its location, and most importantly how much it would cost to rebuild should the worst happen. This is usually called the sum insured and should be given to your insurer when you are seeking cover. When you buy a property, the mortgage lender or surveyor can usually provide this information. Typically, the sum insured figure should rise each year in line with inflation. Some insurers will offer a standard sum insured with their policy, and if you need more than this, you can extend it. However, please note that the sum insured is not the same as the open market value or price of your home, which can be much higher. It is estimated that the average cost of home insurance is around £110 per year, though this varies depending on the specifics. So what does buildings insurance cover? The things that will usually be covered by a good policy include fires, floods, subsidence, lightning, storm damage, falling trees or branches, burst pipes, pipe damage, escape of water or oil, and vandalism. However, there may be some exclusions, and not every policy will include accidental damage or bad workmanship, so be sure to check the terms and conditions. Buildings insurance should pay out for any problems that hit your home, as long as the insurer agrees that they are covered. It can also include some or all of the cost of housing you elsewhere if you have to move out temporarily. And as per most insurance policies, an excess is usually imposed on any claims, and the amount usually affects your policy's price. How about contents insurance? Do you need that? Well, essentially, contents insurance covers anything not physically attached to the building against the cost of loss or damage. You don't need it, but it's often a good idea. If you are renting a property, it is your responsibility to ensure your belongings are insured, not your landlord's. There are 3 types of contents insurance. You could opt for bedroom rated insurance, where the insurer works out the amount of contents cover you need based on the number of bedrooms you have. These policies typically provide between £40,000 and £50,000 of cover as standard, which is usually enough for most houses. You could also opt for sum insured, where you, not the insurer, calculates the amount of cover that you need. And finally, there's unlimited sum insured, where all your content is covered without limit, so you don't have to worry about being underinsured. So how much does contents insurance cost? The cost of contents insurance varies depending on what you are covering and the value of your items. The decision of how much cover to take is yours, but you should jot down what you think it would cost to replace all of your belongings, because that amount can build up surprisingly quickly. Policies will often have a standard sum insured, and if you want a higher amount, you can extend this, bearing in mind that expensive items above a certain value may need to be listed individually. Again, an excess will apply, and the smaller this is, the higher your premiums will typically be. Most policies also have limits on the value of the possessions they will cover. This will either be a single item limit, often around £1,500 per item, or a total amount for all of your valuables. Contents insurance is typically available for an average of £60 per year. Contents insurance covers almost anything you put in your home, from furniture to white goods. It can also be extended to the important things you take out of your home, such as expensive watches or laptops. If you are burgled, become the victim of a fire, or lose a personally important or expensive item, contents insurance should ensure you don't need to take a big financial hit. Most policies will pay out for loss, but not always damage. A good policy should be able to be extended to cover both. The best policies also replace items on a new for old basis. This means that if an item is damaged or stolen, you will be reimbursed the amount it would cost to buy the same item brand new, not one with the equivalent wear and tear. And if you own valuable items such as sports equipment, musical instruments, or artwork, then you will likely need to pay a higher premium to insure these to their full value. What should you do if you're a landlord? Standard buildings insurance policies aren't typically suited to landlords. However, there are policies created specifically for landlords that might cover multiple properties on one policy. Landlord insurance will typically protect you against public liability. For example, if a tenant was injured in the property in a way that was judged to be your responsibility, such as tripping on a loose paving stone. They can also cover you if there is a fault in your property, such as a burst pipe, damage to furnishings, or the cost of other accommodation for tenants if the property is not fit to live in. Some even have add-ons for loss of rent, malicious damage, or legal expenses. How about students? In September 2021, Save the Student found that a third of students had been the victims of theft in halls of residence or shared houses. When sharing a home with people you may not know well, it can be a good idea to ensure you have the right cover, in case the worst happens. That's because students are prime targets for thieves, as they have a lot of high value items such as laptops, phones and bikes. And some of these possessions may also get left in communal areas or not be fully secure. If you are moving into student housing, you should look for specialist student contents insurance. Be sure to opt for a policy with walk-in theft cover, meaning no forcible entry has to occur in order for you to make a claim. But what isn't covered by home insurance? Unfortunately, home insurance doesn't protect against everything that might happen to your home. Policyholders should read the terms and conditions to ensure they know what they can claim for if something goes wrong. General wear and tear, for example, usually isn't included in insurance policies, as well as things like leaking gutters, frost, and some pests. A wide range of natural disasters are typically covered, though not all of them are. Most policies generally include damage from lightning, thunderstorms, hurricanes, and hail. They may also include coverage for smoke damage, damage caused by falling items or severe winds. But again, you should check your policy's terms. It's worth noting that flooding caused by an interior problem, such as a burst pipe, is generally covered. However, flooding due to external conditions may not be. So how do you get cheaper home insurance? Well, the easiest way to start saving on your home insurance is not to simply take your existing insurance quote, but shop around for better deals. Insurance premiums tend to rise year on year, and even if your insurance was the cheapest deal around when you took it out, the renewal quote may not be the most competitive the next year. When it comes to cutting your insurance premiums, there are several steps you can take. Checking the sum insured on your building's insurance is wise. It could be far too high and you could reduce it and save money. However, you must never skimp on this or artificially lower it, as you may be breaking your mortgage terms and may find yourself underinsured if a disaster strikes. Similarly, understating the value of your contents is a mistake, as you will lose out in the case of theft, loss, or damage. However, it is possible to reduce your contents insurance costs by lowering your risk. Joining a neighborhood watch scheme, fitting better locks, having a burglar alarm installed, or getting better smoke alarms can all reduce insurance premiums. You could get a no claims discount. With many of us being familiar with the concept of the no claims discount from our car insurance, this is where a history of not making a claim can reduce your premium. This is a growing feature of home insurance too. Typically, households are asked whether they have made a claim over a set period of time in the past, and if they haven't, then they could get a lower premium quote. However, some insurance are now also making no claims discount style offers that take this idea a step further. This means that if you do not make a claim, your premiums could be frozen when the time comes to renew. It is certainly an option well worth investigating. And finally, remember that cheaper is not always better. When hunting for home insurance, it is vital to remember that while you want to keep costs down, you also need the best cover possible. We cannot predict the future, and whilst you may think your home is at a low risk and doesn't need a high level of cover, any number of home disasters could potentially befall you, and you may end up thousands of pounds out of pocket if you skimp on insurance. When picking an insurance policy, it is always best to plan for the worst case scenario. A little bit extra on premiums will cost far less than the very expensive bill for your buildings or contents insurance not being covered properly. Always make sure you read the small print and exclusions on policies and compare like with like. And it also makes sense to take a good look at the extras that an insurer is offering you, such as helpful added services or the opportunity to keep premiums low in the future. Do make sure that when you get your policy documents, you read through them carefully and make sure all details are correct and everything you need is covered. Then, if the worst happens, at least you will be prepared. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing. Why not share this video with someone else you think may benefit from it? And if you have any questions or comments, leave them for me below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.